What's up, y'all? Today we're doing my most anticipated mod on this car ever. We will be installing the Power Acoustics CPA71WA. I think that's what this is called. It's a single din head unit. All the E36 people seem to use these. So I've already started removing my radio. First thing you gotta do is unhook these tabs, and then I stuck a T27 in there, screwed out the screws, and you just pull it out and it comes off. So I did get a harness, but it was mailed somewhere else and I don't have it right now. So I'm gonna see if I can just try and do this harnesslessly. We'll see if that works though. All right, y'all, I gotta make this quick. We're on winter daylight here, but today we're painting my hood, finally. I've already sanded it down. So I used 600 grit on most of it, wiped off the dust, and then I took one of these super tacky microfiber cloths, and if you run it over the hood, it will actually sort of catch on the rough areas. So you can use that to know where the rough areas on the hood are, sand them down, spray them with the glass cleaner, wipe off all the dust and everything, so you'll be good to go. I'm putting it on the tree because I want the sunlight to dry this as much as I can. It's still sort of cold here today, but let's see what happens. This paint is actually turning out pretty good. This is my first dust coat. Obviously it's not super even. I might even it out over there a little bit, leave it to dry, and I'm gonna put this in some warm water because it's cold and I can see it's kind of blobby, but it's not turning out too bad. Like, you know, this is good. It's turning out well. Some angles make it look splotchier than it is. This is actually a little brighter like it looks on camera, but in general it looks pretty good. I really like this color. This feels like it's more blue than the actual car, but that also happened with the SC. So maybe, you know, once it gets more paint on it and I clear coat it and it cures, it'll get a little darker, but not looking too bad. All right, fellers, this is how it's looking. It's not too bad. Still has a way to go though. It's starting to look a little more like the car now. So I have maybe like 2 or 3 more coats. I've gone through currently 1 bottle and 1 hand. One of my fingers is already cramped up. I have no more strength. I'm already using my second hand. Got some food, got my Thai iced tea, about to get run over by a school bus. Let's see if we can't finish this up today. I have probably like, I don't know, 15% left of this. And then I have the one that came with the car, which is, I don't even know if it's the same blue. Oh wow, this looks a lot better actually. It looks a lot better than when I left it. Okay, now I'm a lot more confident. Okay, so that can started shooting blobs, but I think it's because it was my finger was getting so saturated, drops were forming, and then they got caught on the spray, but that sucks. That's fine though. I keep seeing like bright spots, but that's just probably because the paint has started to dry in some places and it's still wet in others, so I'm just gonna let it dry for 10-15 minutes and then check it. But sadly, the sun has gone away. I could prop it up over there maybe. So since the sun has gone down and it's gotten noticeably chillier, this has honestly been looking very, very good. I'm gonna spray the last coat, wait like 10 minutes, put it in the sun, let it dry for a while, then spray some clear coat. Probably gonna be dark already by the time I get to the clear coat, but I do wanna do it today just because tomorrow's gonna rain. I can also set up my tent and do the clear tomorrow, but I'd rather just put the car under the tent today and, you know, whatever. So let's do that. There you go, guys. So sun is almost gone. I moved it here. I grabbed the hood by the little hood latch things. And yeah, it's pretty wet now, as you can see. That's what all those smudges are, pretty much. But it looks so much better than the gray, just even now, because you can see the body lines, and I always love that about E36s. So I'm gonna leave it to dry here. It's pretty chilly out now. It's probably like low 40s, high 30s. But I'm gonna let it sit here for a while. Hopefully the sun will still do some damage. So I actually think I'm gonna try and clear coat this thing at a later point. I'm gonna see if one of my friends can lend me a space, especially because clear is a lot less messy and just easier to deal with. You know what I mean? If I get a little overspray on something, obviously it's not ideal, but it's not as visible as blue paint or red paint. Feeling pretty proud of myself right now. I figured some heat would help the hood dry a little bit. I probably will have to hit it with some more paint. There's a few bright spots that I couldn't really see because of the metallic and the wetness. And you know, let's be honest, I didn't let it dry all the way all the time. So now, a little bit of heat from the engine, dry it right up. But damn, that looks a lot better already. Alright guys, so my Metro harness came in and I just plugged everything in. I ran into a little thing, which is the power acoustic unit came with these two adapter harnesses. Now this one has the brake detect, ground, which is definitely important, this amplifier control, and a front camera. Now front camera, brake detect, and amplifier control I'm pretty sure I'm not going to need. Ground I'm pretty sure is necessary. Now this is on a separate, very small plug. The main plug is this one, and that's pretty much, that uses absolutely every wire on the provided harness except for the rear camera, which is this one, which I don't have. I'm not running a rear camera, so I don't really care about that one. I'm just gonna leave that there. This is good. I'm just gonna go downstairs and try and plug this in without this and see if it works, because if it works, then I'll just forget about that. But if not, which is what I expect to be the case, then I'm gonna have to do some more digging. Also, it came with this antenna. My car already has an antenna, so I'm gonna see if I can find the plug for the antenna that I already have somewhere in there and just plop that in. Cool, well, it worked. I just connected one. I did not connect the other part. It worked. I'm gonna try and connect my phone now to see if I get any sound. That's the only thing I didn't connect, was that other ground and a bunch of cameras. So let's see. All right, y'all, this is working. So yeah, if you get that extra sub harness or whatever, you don't really need to hook it up to anything. So don't worry about it. The sound in this car is actually good. Like before, it used to sound super crackly and everything, but I was just holding out hope that it was my previous head unit, because when I turned up the volume knob, it would get like weird, sometimes good, sometimes bad. So I was just hoping there was a volume knob, and it is. Like the sound in this car is great. I'm so pumped. So also a good tip on how to fit all that stuff in there, you know, put your hand in here and try and tuck that big box of the harness. Just make sure that you tuck this on top of that little shelf. Just make sure that that goes on top of over there. Push it back, and then you can just tuck this in, obviously with both hands. Before you install it, you got to remove this part that it's on the head unit if you get it. It's, I guess they call it a DIN jacket. Put it in here, and you got to bend these tabs in. So there's a tab over here. I just push it up, push that one up, push this one down, I push that one down. That will make it so that this doesn't come off. It's a little wobbly, but I don't care too much about that. I'll just secure it a little better. Push the ones on the sides in. I got to do those. One of these connectors pop out. So this one popped out. There's another one that's probably popped out somewhere just because of all the fumbling. So if you guys can see here, you will have a few clearance issues. So you're gonna have to shave the top. The head unit needs to go flat on this, because as you can see, that bracket over there needs to go fully up against the head unit. So the head unit needs to sink in fully onto the dash for it to stay there. I'm gonna go get a metal file right now, because I was trying to do this with sandpaper and it's really hard. So I definitely need another coat, but it doesn't look that bad. I guess I need 4.5 bottles of spray paint. So this is a lot better for me, at least. At least it's not gray. The car kind of looks like what it's supposed to look. So I'm happy about that. I guess it's good paint. Looks good. All right, so I've put a rag over all my cables and everything so that I don't damage anything. And I'm gonna start trying to chunk a little bit out of this. You can see I already did some damage over here, but not enough. Yeah, so when you're dealing with Brazilians, you gotta know that everything isn't just fun and games. I'm giving him this because his mirror is broken, but he always leaves the key in the ignition. So now I hit it right over here. Nice. Dremel was dead, so charging it, and I'm gonna go eat something. They say key to a happy life is a cool car. Well, these guys have it figured out. All right, so I came to Home Depot, and first things first, I got a Twix because, as you guys know, it's illegal to go to Home Depot without getting a Twix. And also, Mikey called me conveniently at the same time that I noticed that this is not the shape that it was when I started. And that's because the sandpaper goes on top of this thing, and this bit didn't have a sandpaper. So I just bought a new bit for their Dremel, which is actually flat, so it's gonna grind evenly instead of me having to go back and forth. It's gonna be a lot better, so let's do that again. Yo, it fits! Oh my God, it fits! Oh, this is so cool. All right, guys, that's it. This is my complete hack of a job. This edge is where it was catching the most. So, you know, I really didn't have to trim the top that much. And as you guys can see, I didn't do a good job at all. But that's because this is where it was catching. So make sure to give some space out on that edge. Nice, now the placement's perfect. So now we can do this. Oh yeah, baby. All right, guys, and that concludes today's video. Appreciate you guys watching. I think the car is honestly so much better than it was before, with the head unit and the hood being the same color. Honestly, now I can feel decent about calling it my daily. I still want to fix these little patches, but as soon as I get my new spray cans and I finish up the hood, I'm gonna try and take care of those real quick, and you know, the car's just gonna be every day a little bit better. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next videos. Peace.